Hello and welcome to the PC Security channel. In this video, we're going to take a look at Royal Ransomware. Very fitting considering we've just had the coronation of a new monarch. As you can see already, this file is quite interesting. So, like most ransomware, it is not a simple exe file that gets executed. Instead, we have two components. One is the exe and the other is the batch file that actually carries out the encryption. If we go ahead and extract both of these onto the system, I'm going to show you right away why this is a common mode of operation for targeted attacks, especially modern ransomware. Royal Ransomware is a very effective ransomware group that has been spreading throughout the world recently, hitting the city of Dallas, I think even suspending some internet services. And I wanted to do a walkthrough of how these attacks are deployed. We will also take a look at the file itself and its various connections on VirusTotal, but let's start with the sample on the system. So what's going to happen if I run this exe file called sys, which is the main ransomware component? If you upload this on VirusTotal, it's going to show you 40 to 50 detections by various engines. But if I open this, nothing really happens on the system, and that is by design. And no, it's not simply VM avoidance, because you could do this on a real system with real data, and you would still see the same result. Our amazing Jurassic Park screenshots are completely unaffected. Now I want you to pay attention to the associated bat file. If we read the actual commands that it's supposed to execute when you run it, it says start sys.exe, that's the exe we just looked at, -ep, I believe that stands for encryption path, and then you've got some kind of directory and also some kind of ID that's likely associated with the victim. This is how the ransomware authors know who has paid the ransom and who has not. Now, it's quite clear that this particular sample was not designed for the system I'm using right now. So I'm simply going to restructure this. I'm going to put down a path in here that basically directs the pictures folder we just looked at. So we're going to say C users administrator, and then we are going to rerun it. And as you can see, after the edits, within a couple of seconds, our folder is entirely encrypted, and it's encrypted with the extension of royal_w. And if we take a look at the README file, which has been created, it says, if you're reading this, it means your system were hit by Royal Ransomware. Again, I mean, you wouldn't believe these people are making millions of dollars and they don't even care to fix up basic English errors in their ransom notes in years. Maybe that's just a thing of pride for them. In the meantime, let us explain this case. It may seem complicated, but it's not. Most likely what has happened was that you decided to save money on your security infrastructure, right? I like how ransomware authors nowadays are making a case for cybersecurity. They're saying you should invest in security infrastructure. You didn't do it, therefore it's your fault. It's kind of classic. Like back in the day, regular robbers would say the same thing. You know, you're stupid, so somebody would have robbed you sooner or later. Might as well be me. Alas, as a result, your critical data was not only encrypted, but also copied from your systems on a secure server. From there, it can be published online. So again, ransomware these days has two purposes. One is obviously to encrypt your data, interrupt your business activities, but also a secondary purpose is that they can use the data to blackmail you. Because people are getting smarter. They're trying to back up their data, but without good proactive protection on your system, your data can still be sent to an external server. And in some cases, that can be quite damaging if they release it on the darknet. Fortunately, we got you covered. So they're pretending to be a cybersecurity offering here. Royal offers you a unique deal for a modest royalty. Got it. So, they're trying to be funny about it. For our pen testing services, we will not only provide you an amazing risk mitigation service covering you from reputational, legal, blah, blah, blah. It's kind of funny. But hey, if you pay them, your data is going to be decrypted, your data restored, kept confidential, and your systems will remain secure. Try Royal today and enter a new era of data security. Sounds like some of the vendor pitches I heard at RSA. We're looking forward to hearing from you soon. So there you have it. That's Royal Ransomware. So royal pain. I wonder what the new King of England would have to say about that. But one of the most interesting things I would like you to note from these attacks is that they are not designed to be run on random systems. You're not supposed to get one of these threats accidentally. They're purposely designed so that even if you were to accidentally run the executable, nothing's really going to happen unless you're the specific victim that they were targeting and one of their attackers has gained access to your network and is deploying it with the specific intent of encrypting your data so that they can run their ransomware operation. It's very targeted, and this is what it looks like on the inside. So as an attacker, they're going to send this specific bat file that has your ID that tells the exe what to do. And without this, the exe is not going to automatically encrypt stuff. They don't want to be detected. They don't want their ransomware to be accidentally deployed. In a lot of cases, they want to avoid certain countries where they may actually be prosecuted for conducting such attacks. If we go back to the map by Trellix, you can see that Royal Ransomware has had quite a bit of impact on the US and UK specifically. A lot of samples being detected in Turkey as well. And it's worth noting that these targeted operations are quite proactive. So that's not just passively like putting the ransomware on some website and hoping that somebody downloads it. It's very active in the sense that they will spy on specific companies, they will try to target specific individuals, gain access to certain systems, and then use it as an entry point to deploy their threat. As usual, in many cases, you're going to see things like compressed parents. So instead of shipping the sample directly, it may be part of some kind of archive, password protected, so it can't be scanned until it's deployed on the actual system, which is why I think it's also important to protect your endpoint, because a lot of people just bypass that and think, well, if I'm doing scans on my email server or I'm doing scans at a cloud level, automatically everything coming in is secure. Well, simple way to bypass that, just to encrypt the payload. So ideally, you do want to have some kind of endpoint protection on your system. If you want to learn more about that, obviously check out the PC Security channel. We have tons of videos about different products, how they fare in these scenarios, tests against ransomware, all that kind of stuff. If you would like us to test your systems, we can also do that. So feel free to reach out at tpsc.tech. Also, a big thank you to our sponsors, Acronis. If you want to back up your data and protect your system at the same time, there's a very elegant way to do it. Please like and share this video if you enjoyed it or found it helpful, because a lot of people are still not privy to this kind of information about the actual structure of a targeted attack and what it looks like from the inside. If you want to stay up to date on cybersecurity, consider subscribing. And now to our sponsor. This video is brought to you by Acronis Cyber Protect Home Office, a product that actually ties in all the different aspects of ransomware protection that I talk about all the time. First one, backup. It's got on-system as well as cloud backup built in, so you can recover from any ransomware attack. It's also got real-time protection against ransomware and illicit crypto mining. If you go into settings, it's got all the bells and whistles. It can protect your NAS, it can protect your backup files, very important. It's also got proper real-time protection along with behavioral monitoring, so it can detect malicious behavior in process, web filtering as well, and even a vulnerability assessment module. But hey, this is the PC Security channel, so we gotta test this, right? As usual, I have my script ready to go. We've got malX right here, and we're gonna run all the ransomware samples we usually do, infamous threats from the last 5 years, and see what happens. It's going by pretty fast, but as you can see, things are getting blocked, and we end up with a proactive detection of 100%. This is a truly unique product in its class right now. You can also get a full 30% off if you decide to buy it using the coupon code TPSC22. So check them out and show them some love for supporting the PC Security channel. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, stay informed, stay secure.